Thank you very much indeed. Hello, I'm Alexander Armstrong, and welcome to Pointless, the show that makes big winners out of the lowest scorers. Let's meet today's players. And couple number one.
Hi, I'm Zara. This is my fiancé Matt, and we're both from Wolverhampton.
Couple number two.
Hi, my name's Michelle. I'm from Tyne and Weir, and this is my husband Nick.
Couple number three.
Hi, I'm David from Manchester, and this is my brother from Liverpool, Graham.
And finally, couple number four.
Hi, I'm Louisa. This is my friend David. We're both from London.
And these are today's contestants. Thank you very much, all of you. Very warm welcome to the show. Wonderful to have you with us. That just leaves one more person for me to introduce, a big personality. And for once, that isn't just code for annoying as hell. It's my pointless friend, it's Richard.
Hiya. Hey, everybody. Good afternoon. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon.
Two returning pairs from that last show. Neither pair got through to the head-to-head. Matt and Zara knocked out in round one. Hopefully see a bit more of you this time. Louisa and David knocked out in round two. But Tony and another David. There's so many Davids.
So many Davids buzzing
around. A surfer to Davids. David W, who was in the final last time.
Yeah.
And they had a golf question, and they won themselves £3,250. But well deserved. They were terrific.
They really were,
all the way through, weren't they?
Absolutely.
But I'm going to miss their lovely Oldham accents.
I know.
They're good, weren't they?
But in their place, the Proclaimers. That's nice.
That's lovely, yeah.
Oh, I would walk 500 miles.
Wow, I had not seen that. That's quite a spot.
That's nice. Oh, well, thank you very much indeed. So, yeah, you got the headlines there. Tony and David won the jackpot, which means today's jackpot starts off back at £1,000. There we are. Right, if everyone's ready, let's play Pointless. Just remember, it's always the pair with the highest score that gets eliminated at the end of each round. So just keep your scores as low as you can. Very, very best of luck to you all. Our first category this afternoon is football managers. Can you all decide in your pairs? Who's going to go first? Who's going to go second? Okay. And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. There we are. OK, and the question concerns countries of birth of Premier League football managers. Richard.
On each board, I can show you the names of 7 people who've managed in the Premier League. You just have to tell us the country they were born in, please. 7 on the first board, 7 on the second, 14 in all to have a go at home, and some lovely pronunciations for you.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Good. OK, so there we are. We want to know which countries these Premier League managers were born in. Here's our first board of 7. Arsene Wenger, Ralph Hasenhüttl, Sven-Göran Eriksson, Martin Jol, Roy Keane, Maurizio Pochettino, and Jose Mourinho. I'll read those again. Arsene Wenger, Ralph Hasenhüttl, Sven-Göran Eriksson, Martin Jol, Roy Keane, Maurizio Pochettino, and Jose Mourinho.
Some beautiful pronunciations there. The only one you got wrong is Roy Keane.
Oh, Roy.
That's the only one.
Roy Keane. Roy Keane, there we are. Matt, welcome back. Remind us all about yourself, Matt.
Yeah, so I run a small business that makes videos and animations for other businesses, universities and things like that, manufacturing companies. In my spare time, football's a great topic for me because I'm a massive football fan. I say that now, and now I set myself up for failure.
Steady, Matt, steady.
Yeah.
So your role there, you're kind of an executive producer then, are you? You're just making tiny little films. Is your background in media or is your background in managing the business?
No, it started off in media. So me and my business partner met at university 10 years ago. And we started the business together. Now I kind of do a more overseeing the business kind of role.
Yeah. Yeah, Matt, what are you going to go for?
I think I'll go for Martin Jol, and I'll say the Netherlands.
The Netherlands for Martin Jol. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many of our 100 people got that. It is the Netherlands. It's a good answer, 22. Well done, Matt. Gets us off to a rollicking start.
Nice start, Matt. Born in The Hague, Martin Jol. He managed Spurs, and then he had a couple of seasons at Fulham, where, never quite hit the heights. But then who does at Fulham?
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Michelle, welcome to Pointless. Lovely to have you here. Whereabouts in the northeast are you from?
We're from Washington, the original Washington.
The original, in County Durham.
Yeah.
Very nice indeed. Tell us all about yourself, Michelle.
I'm a civil servant, but in my spare time I like to travel. That's my number one thing.
Do you travel everywhere? Everywhere
Yeah,
and anywhere?
Everywhere and
You
anywhere.
like a long-haul flight. Is there anywhere you haven't yet been that you're longing to go?
Yeah, we'd like to go to New York. That's next on the list.
Very nice. Good stuff. Michelle, what are you going to go for?
This is not a great category for me, I am not going to lie. I've got a feeling that Pochettino is from Argentina.
OK, Pochettino. Nick's giving you a very subtle nod there, which I hope is a good sign. Oh, so's Matt. There we are. That's a very good sign. Argentina, says Michelle. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many of our 100 people agree with her and Matt and Nick. Argentina. It's right. 22 is our only score so far, and you pass it, 15. 15, very well done indeed, Michelle.
Very well played, Michelle, saying it's a tough category for you, then go for one of the hardest ones and getting it right.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Now, Graham, welcome. Lovely to have you here. Tell us all about yourself, Graham.
I'm from Liverpool. I'm a postman.
He delivers.
Always on time.
What are your interests, Graham, when you put the bag down?
Well, I actually like to do more walking. I like to go hiking.
Do you put your knapsack on the other shoulder, just to balance things up?
I try not to.
Or do you take the knapsack up on a little trolley?
I pull a little trolley down the road.
Ah.
So to keep the weight off the back.
No, quite right. Important. How many streets do you deliver to on any morning?
On an average day, you deliver to anywhere between houses between 700 and 1,100. It takes about 4 hours.
That's a lot of houses. That's a lot of post, isn't it?
It's about 25 to 30,000 steps a day.
Wow.
Do you have a Fitbit?
Yeah.
So that's exciting, isn't it? I mean, that keeps you in brimming health, doesn't it?
It makes you feel better when you get out, when you have a little look at it.
Ah, very good. Now, Graham, what are you going to go for on our board here? Which countries were they born in?
I'm going to play Jose Mourinho, Portugal.
Portugal, says Graham, for Jose Mourinho. Let's see how many of our 100 people said that. It's right. That goes to 38. Not bad. 38 for Portugal.
He once gave a team talk to the Chelsea dressing room when he'd been banned from going to the dressing room and had to be snuck out in a laundry basket.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Now, Louisa, welcome back. Back on the same podium there.
Yeah.
That's doing strange things to my head. Remind us all about yourself, Louisa.
Yeah, I'm an email marketing manager. I live in London on a boat, and I enjoy hiking, baking, running, cycling, all the good stuff.
On the top of your boat, do you have I don't know, do you have some pot plants and things there?
Unfortunately, I don't. David does, but I haven't been there long enough to sort out the front yet and the top.
If it's hot, can you take the mattresses up and just sleep up there? On
Yeah,
a hot
some
night?
people sit up there all day and sleep on there even. Yeah, it's a nice thing to do.
Is there a nice community amongst narrowboaters?
Yeah,
I
it's really
imagine
nice.
they're nice people.
Everyone helps each other out. Like, you're always in a crisis or, like, something's happening and everyone's talking to each
That
other.
sounds nice. Always in a crisis.
Always in a crisis, but everyone helps you, so...
That sounds just wonderful. Louisa, what are you going to go for on this board? This is all yours. Do you want to fill in all those blanks for us?
Oh, God. Yeah, so me and David sighed when we saw this because we don't know anything about football or football managers. But the only one I know is Sven-Göran Eriksson, who I think is from Sweden.
Sweden for Sven-Göran. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many of our 100 people said that. Sweden. It's right. 38 was our high score. 67, our new high score, but still. Good answer.
Yeah, managed Man City in the Premiership. Obviously, he was England manager as well. And more recently, the manager of the Philippines. I don't know, is that a promotion? Let's fill in the rest of these. Arsene Wenger, you might know that one.
He's French.
He is French. Very well done. Sorry to sound so surprised. Yeah,
No,
35 points. Ralph Hasenhüttl, who is the Southampton manager.
The German or Austrian?
He is.
Austrian.
He is Austrian, well done.
Wow, that's good.
Would have scored you 8 points. And Roy Keane?
Irish.
Irish, absolutely. He would have scored you 45. So the best answer on the board there is Ralph Hasenhüttl. Very well done if you said that.
Thank you very much indeed. Well, we're halfway to our first round. Let's have a look at those scores. 15. Well done, you, Michelle. The very best score of the round. 22 is where we find Matt and Zara. 38 is where we find Graham and David. 67 is the high score there on the far podium. Well done, Louisa. But yes, David B puts you in a little bit of a tight spot. Let's hope there's something on the next board that you can redeem yourself with. We're going to come back down the line now. Will the second players please step up to the podium? OK, let's put 7 more Premier League managers up on the board. And here they are. We have got Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Manuel Pellegrini, Jurgen Klopp, Gustavo Poyet, Claudio Ranieri, Slaven Bilic, and Rafael Benitez. I'll read those one more time. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Manuel Pellegrini, Jurgen Klopp, Gustavo Poyet, Claudio Ranieri, Slaven Bilic, and Rafael Benitez. There we are. David, welcome back. Remind us all about yourself.
Well, in my free time, I spend a lot of time writing and performing music, and I also co-host a podcast with my fellow contestant here.
What's the podcast, John?
It's called Boat Life. It's about living on the canals in the UK.
Very nice. How often do you put it out?
We haven't been going very long, but once every 2 weeks to a month.
That's nice. How's it going? Have you got lots of followers yet?
Yeah, we got a few. Like,
Very
you
nice.
guys follow us, and we'll have some more.
Tell us about the music.
Well, this year I decided I can never finish a song, so I made a mission to write a new song and perform it every week at an open mic night, just to get myself into the habit of actually completing songs. So.
And how's it going?
Great, yeah, I'm getting better, and I enjoy
the
it.
open mic nights are still, the invitation's still there.
Yeah, anyone can play it, no matter how good you are, so it's a perfect place for me.
Well, that's brilliant. Good for you. Great task to set yourself. Now, 67 is your score. It's a high score, so we need a low-scoring answer from you here if we can get one.
Well, I've only heard of one of those names before, Jurgen Klopp, but he's got an umlaut in it, so that could be Germany, but yeah, I'll say that, Jurgen Klopp, Germany.
Jurgen Klopp, Germany, says David. Let's see how many of our 100 people said that. No red line for you as you're the high scorers at the moment. It is German. Down it goes to 46, not bad at all. Taking your total up to 113.
Yeah, won the Champions League with Liverpool, Jurgen Klopp. Always seems like the loveliest fella, very enthusiastic, and a brilliant manager, to be fair.
Thank you very much.
I know we've got a couple of Evertonians there on podium 3 who might disagree with me, but...
Thank you very much. Now, David, welcome to Pointless. Tell us all about yourself.
Well, I'm happily retired, so it gives me plenty of time to do lots of outdoor stuff.
That's nice. What were you doing before you retired?
I was a retail executive, mainly in the UK, but for the last 5 years I was working on convenience stores across Africa.
That's extraordinary. I mean, that took you all over the place, did you? The whole continent?
Southwest, all over. I think we were in 20 countries.
Wow.
So African capitals would be a good one.
That would be really good. How much of the time did you spend abroad?
2 to 3 weeks out of 4. Wow. Very understanding wife.
Oh, those air miles must have been fantastic.
Yes.
That'd have softened the blow.
It did.
Now, there you are, 38. If you can score 74 or less, you're into the next round.
Okay. So I'm going to go for Slaven Bilic, who is Croatian.
Croatia, says David. For Bilic, let's see how many of our 100 people got that. There is your red line. Bilic, absolutely Croatian, and that sees you comfortably through to round 2 with room to spare, 19, which is our second lowest score of the round. So that takes your total up to 57. Well done.
Yeah, manager of West Ham, Slaven Bilic, as well as the Croatian national team. Also a member of the Croatian heavy metal band Rawbao, Slaven Bilic.
He's in Rawbao?
Yeah, he's in Rawbao. Wow. For sure.
Wow.
Yeah, he's pretty hardcore, Slaven Bilic.
And is managing the national team as well.
Not anymore.
I was going to say, between rehearsals for Rawbao.
Yeah, I don't think Rawbao is like a full... It's not like it's not the Rolling Stones.
The Rolling Stones?
The Rolling Stones, yeah.
As they call them in Europe.
I believe they do.
Yes.
Yeah, but he's... Yeah, you wouldn't want to mess with Slaven Bilic.
I don't.
Good. He should be in a band called the Bilic People.
Nick, welcome. Great to have you here. Tell us all about yourself, Nick.
I work in education. I'm the CEO of a big mat in the northeast and head teacher of a large school. In my spare time, I try and play golf rather poorly. I'm a bit of a hacker, really, but keeps me fit, keeps me walking about, and takes my mind off my job.
Very nice. OK, now, Nick, lovely low score from Michelle in the first pass means that 97 or less keeps you in the game. So we're looking for the countries of birth of these football managers. That should be something you can achieve admirably with this this board. What are you going to go for?
I'm going to play it safe. I'm going to say Claudio Ranieri, Italy.
OK, Italy for Ranieri. Here is your lovely high red line. Let's see what happens when we say Ranieri. There we are. It's right. You're through. And down it goes to 43. Very well done indeed. 58 is your total.
Yeah, he was Chelsea manager, then he won the Premier League with Leicester, and then most famously he had a disastrous time at Fulham.
Thank you very much indeed. Richard, Zara, welcome back. Lovely to have you with us once again. Lovely opportunity here for you to get through to round 2 as well. We had to say goodbye to you far too soon in the last show. Remind us all about yourself, Zara.
Yeah, so I work for a digital agency as a project manager. In my spare time, I like to do quite a lot of cleaning, a lot of cooking, and a little bit of yoga as well.
How much yoga are we talking about?
About maybe 2 times a week. That's a little bit.
Do you combine the cleaning with the yoga?
I never thought about that.
See, why not? Be amazing.
Do both, yeah.
Well, you could.
If you just tape dusters to your hands and feet.
Yes.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
That'd be amazing. Look, this is, I don't know what that is, but yeah, that's already, I'm channeling that.
Just got a robotic Hoover, so I don't know where this is coming from.
Zara, this board is all yours. Do you want to go through all those blanks and fill them in?
Football is not my favourite subject.
You only have to score 90 or less. 90 or less gets you into the next round, so yeah.
Top one, by the spelling of the name, I want to say Danish. Not sure about the rest of them. Gustavo Poyet, might be French. I'm gonna go for the top one, Danish.
Okay, Danish.
Bro.
Danish. I was hoping I'd get some sort of helpful nod from Matt, but he's chewing his lip. Well, we'll see. We'll see. There is your red line. Let's see what happens when we say Danish for Solskjaer. Oh, Zara. I'm sorry. I'm afraid that's an incorrect answer. Scores you 100 points, takes your total up to 122.
Yeah, it's unlucky, Zara. He's Norwegian. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Manchester United manager, would have scored you 29 points as well, would have seen you safely through. All these answers would have done. Rafa Benitez, at the bottom there, plenty of people would have got Spanish. Managed Newcastle United for a while, managed Liverpool as well, of course. 41 points for him. Now, the other two, both South American. Gustavo Poyet is Uruguayan. 13 points for that. And Pellegrini is Chilean. And that would have scored you 11. Best answer on the board.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Well, we are at the end of our first round, which means we have to say goodbye to one of our pairs. Oh, I'm so sorry. It's tough. It's just really tough. It's Jeremy's first time, and this time, I'm afraid, it's nationalities of football managers. But anyway, it's been lovely having you on the show, and thank you so much for playing Zara and Matt. Thank you. But for the remaining 3 pairs, it's now time for round 2. Well done. We made it through the football managers round, and with some aplomb, Michelle, our lowest individual scorer of the round. So hats off to you. David and Graham, our brothers there on the middle podium, well done. You're our lowest combined scorers as well. So, yeah, well done. Great to have you with us for the next stage of the game. Our category for round 2 today is board games. Can you all decide in your pairs? Who's going to go first? Who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, let's find out what the question is. Here it comes. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many Monopoly properties worth between $150 Monopoly and $300 Monopoly. That's what that sign means.
Apparently.
Yeah.
So any of those squares you can buy between those prices. And it hasn't changed at all. 60 is still the cheapest, 400 is still the most expensive. But anything between 150 and 300, that's properties, stations, utilities, etc.
Thank you. Thank you very much indeed. So, Michelle, what are you thinking of?
I think I'm going to go with Pall Mall.
Pall Mall, says Michelle. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Pall Mall.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, bad luck. I'm afraid Pall Mall, an incorrect answer.
I think this is quite a hard round if you don't play Monopoly. That's £140.
Oh. Why so cheap?
I know. I love the fact that they've never changed the values.
Yeah.
You imagine that.
But still, Pall Mall, in the range of London, I don't know.
Yeah, you would think it would be...
You would think it would be somewhere in the...
top end, wouldn't
Very
it?
much. Michelle,
I thought it was. I thought it was right at the top.
I'm with you. I'm with you there. It may not be the last 100 of the round. Graham.
I think I'm going to play Regent Street.
Regent Street, says Graham. OK, let's see how many of our 100 people said that. Yep, that's in there. Down it goes 15. Very well done.
Yeah, built between 1813 and 1820 for the Prince Regent by John Nash, Regent Street. Used to have a covered walkway called the Quadrant Colonnades, but it had to be shut down. It was a den of thieves and iniquity.
So was it at the bottom bit, maybe? You go down into another part of London that I'm not going to mention?
Oh, yeah, so we're
Maybe
not
it
talking
was.
about London. Because we'll start. I'll say the name of another road if I
Well,
start.
literally, I can't believe how professional I was there. Normally,
Yes.
I
Normally
come
you'd say about...
straight out with
Yes, go on.
something.
I'd love it if you then said, normally I would have said, and then said one.
That's one of my kind of tricks. Louisa, so we're looking for any Monopoly property worth between 150 and 300 Monopoly dollars. What are you going to go for?
I can't remember the value of any of them, so I'm just going to say Pentonville Road.
Pentonville Road, says Louisa. Let's see how many of our 100 people got that. No, I feared as much. I'm afraid that's an incorrect answer. I said there'd be another 100. And there it is. Not Pentonville Road.
This is hard, isn't it?
It is hard.
Pentonville Road, 120. Less surprising if you know
Less
Pentonville
surprising.
Road.
Yeah. I mean, nothing wrong with Pentonville Road. Lovely road and all that.
Anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, so wrong.
Yeah. Oh, we're halfway through the round. Look at that. There we are. Let's recap on those scores. 2 scores, 15, the very best score of the round. Very well done indeed, Graham and David. And then 100s where we find Michelle and Nick and Louisa and David B. So yes, David B, let's hope you've got a nice answer up your sleeve for the next pass. We're coming back down the line. Will the second players please step up to the podium? OK, so remember, we are looking for any Monopoly property worth between 150 and 300 Monopoly dollars. OK. David, jointly high scoring at the moment.
Well, my brother actually ruined Monopoly for me by forcing us to play every last penny until someone was bankrupt. It was taking like 5 hours, so I don't enjoy the game
5 hours?
too much.
We were barely in the foothills of Monopoly after 5 hours.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. We had on Monopoly games that went on for years.
Well, I've probably repressed most of these memories, but I believe the Strand was worth, in that region, one of the red properties. So that's my answer, the Strand.
Let's try the Strand. Let's see how many of our 100 people said the Strand. No red line for you, your joint high scorers. It's right. It's a bit of pressure on Nick there. Down it goes, the Strand to 15. Look at that. Very well done. 115, your total.
Very well played. 220 bang in the middle of that range we're looking for there.
Nice. Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Now then, David. David, you have to score 99 or less with this answer.
Vine Street.
Vine Street, says David. Here is your red line. Let's see if you can get below that with Vine Street. It's right. Well done. You're through. And down it goes to 30. We have our new lowest score there, individually speaking. 13 taking your total up to 28. Very well done.
Well played, David. Vine Street's always my go-to in Monopoly rounds. It's one of the orange ones, which are loosely grouped around law and order. So there used to be a police station.
A theme.
Yeah. There used to be a police station in Vine Street.
Yeah.
You go there now, it's very disappointing. Kind of narrow little cul-de-sac, it's very short.
Yeah. Interesting. There we are. Thank you very much indeed. Now, Nick. Ooh. OK, there you are. You're on 100. You have to score 14 or less with your answer.
Try the Angel Islington.
OK, the Angel Islington. Here is your red line. What do we think, Michelle? Let's see how many people said the Angel Islington. Nah. Nick, I'm so sorry. It's another blue one. I'm afraid that scores you 100 points, takes your total up to 200.
Yeah, another cheap one, Angel Islington. There's no pointless answers out there, so I'll just give you the low scorers. Have you got an answer here?
I can't. I mean, one of the stations I'd probably have gone for. What about the utilities? I'm sure they're sort of...
Yeah. In fact, the best answer is a utility. I'll get down to that.
OK.
Shall I? I'll give you the low scores. You would have got 11 for Fleet Street, Marylebone Station, Oxford Street or Waterworks. You would have got 9 for Bow Street or Liverpool Street Station, 8 for Coventry Street, 6 for Fenchurch Street Station, 5 for Marlborough Street and Northumberland Avenue, and the best answer up there, 4 points for Electric Company. So well done. The top answer out there was Trafalgar Square.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Well, we are at the end of our second round, and we have to say goodbye to another pair. Nick and Michelle, I'm so sorry you triumphed in the first round. This is where we say goodbye to you, but you'll be back next time. We know that. We'll look forward to that very much. But meantime, thank you so much, Nick and Michelle. But for the remaining 2 pairs, it's now time for the head-to-head. Congratulations, David and Graham. Louisa and David, you are now one step closer to the final and a chance to play for our jackpot, currently standing at £1,000. There we are. But here we are, in the head-to-head. You can chat before you give your answers. First pair to win 2 questions will be playing for that jackpot. Well, this is nice.
Tricky to get through that last round, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was quite tough.
That was sort of a throw. Well, ironically, it was a throw of the dice. Unless if you know Monopoly, it wasn't actually.
Well, as soon as you got one property in a set, you could kind of...
You know that the pound has crashed against the Monopoly dollar.
Yeah, doesn't surprise me. Yeah, but also this is nice. Look, we're getting to a run of this where we have a returning pair, and our golden couple is a brand new arrival on the show.
That's nice.
Nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
I like these patterns. Anyway, best of luck to both pairs. Anything could happen. Let's play the head-to-head. Here comes your first question, and it concerns people called Deborah or Debbie. Richard.
I like that Deborah and Debbie are in like inverted marks. It's just their name. We're looking for. We're going to show you 5 pictures now of people who are called Deborah or Debbie.
Agents, in other words.
Yeah, exactly. But can you tell us the most obscure Deborah or Debbie?
No Debs. OK, let's reveal our 5 Debbies. Here they come. A. B. C. D. And E. There we are. 5 Deborahs or Debbies. David and Graham, you're our low scorers, so you get to go first. OK, David and Graham.
We're going to say C, Deborah Meaden.
C, Deborah Meaden. Now, Louisa and David, what are you going to go for? Do you want to talk us through the rest of that board?
Do you know anyone?
The only one I recognised was C, but I didn't know her name. I don't recognise anyone.
I think
A couple of them look quite young. Should we know who they are? Like
E looks like maybe Blondie? I don't know. She looks very famous.
What's her name, though?
The only one I know, though, is B, because I met her. She did a magic show in my hometown. That is Debbie McGee. Do you want to go for that as your answer?
Yeah.
That's the only one we know, so
Yeah,
let's do that.
OK, Debbie McGee.
Yeah.
So we have Deborah Meaden and we have Debbie McGee. David Graham said Deborah Meaden for C. Let's see how many of our 100 people got Deborah Meaden. That goes down to 45. Very well done indeed. Louisa and David, meanwhile, have gone for Debbie McGee. For B, let's see how many of our 100 people said Debbie McGee. Ooh, 78, high score. But very well done, David and Graham. After 1 question, you're up 1-0.
Yeah, both lovely Debbies as well, Deborah McGee and Deborah Meaden.
Deborah Meaden, really nice. People always think because she's quite fearsome, isn't she, on Dragon's Den?
Yeah, absolutely
but
delightful.
So lovely. Yeah.
You couldn't call her Debbie.
No, she's not
Debbie Meaden doesn't.
Did I say Debbie Meaden? No, I didn't.
No, you didn't at all. I was just thinking about it.
Yeah. Well, maybe she wouldn't have been so lovely then.
All right, Debbie.
Oh, Debbie.
Oh, yeah. I might go to the Dragon's Den and say, the one I really want to invest is Debbie. Debs. Both lovely. Someone I'd love to meet, but I haven't. Debbie Harry.
Yeah.
Another very big scorer, though. She would have scored you 67 points. Someone else who was making hit records in the 80s, D.
What is her name?
Do you remember?
I do remember.
Sort of whole gang of them, wasn't there? And she was one of them. There was Tiffany and...
Exactly.
This was
Did she
Debbie
sing...
Gibson.
Oh, Debbie Gibson, that's it.
Debbie Gibson. She would have scored
Did she
you
sing
11...
The Only Way Is Up?
No, that was Yaz.
I beg your pardon. Did she
Okay.
sing Boys, Boys, Boys? No, she didn't.
No, that was Sabrina.
That was Sabrina. Anyway, Debbie Gibson. Got
Debbie
her.
Gibson, there you go. Would have scored you 11.
Foolish
best
Beat.
answer- Foolish Beat.
There you go.
That was hers.
Is she an author?
She is an academic, actually, American academic and writer. Listen, this is a tough one. Deborah Lipstadt is the answer there. Very well done. If you said that, would have scored you nothing at all. Pointless answer. Played by Rachel Weisz in the film Denial.
There we are. Thank you. Thank you very much indeed, Richard. So here comes your second question. Louisa and David, you have to win this one. Good luck. Second question today is all about D-Day. Richard.
Yeah, simply 5 clues now to facts about D-Day.
OK, let's reveal our 5 D-Day facts, and here they are. The events of D-Day are depicted in this 1962 film based on Cornelius Ryan's book. European country in which the region of Normandy is located. The year the D-Day landings took place. Code name for the overall operation to invade German-occupied Western Europe. And US Army general and future president who commanded the Allied forces on D-Day. I'll read those again. The events of D-Day are depicted in this 1962 film based on Cornelius Ryan's book. European country in which the region of Normandy is located. The year the D-Day landings took place. Code name for the overall operation to invade German-occupied Western Europe. And US Army general and future president who commanded the Allied forces on D-Day. Louisa and David will go first.
Yeah, that's going to be the highest scoring one, so we can't do that. Basically, so we're going to have to guess one of the other ones. Okay.
Let's guess one of the others.
Code name.
What's easiest to guess?
Operation. I can't remember the code name.
I am going to press you for an answer now.
What year did the D-Day landing? So towards the end of the war. Okay, let's do that one then.
Okay, just guess one.
1945 for the year the D-Day landings took
OK,
place.
1945 for the year of the D-Day landings. David and Graham, do you want to talk us through that board?
I don't know the top one. The European country is France. I think the year was 1942. I think the code name, was Operation Overlord. And the US Army General is Dwight Eisenhower.
Which of those do you want to go for?
Eisenhower.
Eisenhower. OK, so we have 1945 and we have Eisenhower. Louisa and David said 1945 for the year it took place. Let's see how many of our 100 people got that. Let's see if it's right. Ooh, not 1945. So, David and Graham, you just have to be right with your answer of Eisenhower to win the point and go through to the final. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Eisenhower. It's right. And down it goes to 27, but crucially it was right, which means David and Graham, after 2 questions, you're straight through to the final 2-0.
Well played, gents. You're quite right about Operation Overlord as well. That would have scored you 21 points. Now, the day the D-Day landings took place, it wasn't 45, it wasn't 42 either. It was 6th of June.
44.
1944, yeah. That would have scored 43. I think everyone knew that Normandy is in France. Would have scored you 82 points. And the top one is the best answer on the board, actually. Do you know this one?
The longest day.
The longest day, yeah. And that would have scored you 12 points. Well done if you said that at home.
Thank you very much indeed. So the pair leaving us at the end of the head-to-head round, Louisa and David, it is you. And this, I'm afraid, is where we say goodbye. But you've done incredibly well today. Great to have you right the way through to the head-to-head. And thank you so much for coming to play. Louisa and David. Thank you. Right, for David and Graham, it is now time for our Pointless Final. Well, congratulations, David and Graham. You've seen off all the competition and you've won our coveted Pointless trophy. You now get a shot at our pointless jackpot, and at the end of today's show, the jackpot is standing at £1,000. Well, I said you delivered, and you do! This is extraordinary. I'm getting terrible déjà vu, because just last show, I was speaking to two brothers who came on the show, just one appearance on the show, and straight through to the final, and it's happened again. What do you want to see come up in this last round?
Sport.
Sport.
Politics.
History.
OK.
Songs of the Jam.
OK.
Would be good.
Perfect. Well, 4 things will come up on the board. Let's hope one of those appeals to you. We have got today the year 1972, the jungle in popular culture, Eurovision, British acting dynasties.
Do you think?
Yeah,
72?
Yes, I reckon.
You reckon? There might be an Olympic 72 question in there. So Olympic 72 would be good.
Because I've never watched The Jungle.
No. Eurovision, definitely not.
No.
British acting dynasties. Could be Redgraves or...
The Mills and all that. No, I reckon we stick to the year.
Yeah, 1972.
1972.
OK, what are you going to go for?
We're going for the year 1972.
1972,
Okay.
2 years after we were born.
Correct.
Yeah.
In the hope that maybe there's an Olympic question as well, I think you were thinking. But let's take a look and see what we've got. We've certainly got 3 very different questions here. Looking for anyone credited with appearing in The Godfather from 1972, according to IMDb. We're looking for any GB medalist at the 1972 Summer Olympic Games, please. So anyone who won a medal of any type in that Summer Olympics. Or we are looking for any act who had a UK #1 single or album in 1972, according to officialcharts.com. So cast of The Godfather, GB medalists, and acts who had a UK #1 single or album. Very best of luck.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Now, as always, you've got up to a minute to come up with 3 answers. All you need to win that jackpot is for just one of those answers to be pointless. You don't have to answer all 3 categories. Just focus on whichever categories you like the look of. Are you ready?
Yep.
OK, let's put 60 seconds up on the clock. There they are. Your time starts now.
So I think we should leave singles and albums.
Yeah.
Because I don't know much.
No.
We can do some Olympics. You must know Godfather. You've watched it 7,000 times.
Yeah.
So Godfather, come on, let's do some...
Talia Shire.
Talia Shire.
Yeah.
Medalists, Brendan Foster, Dame Mary Peters, definitely. Brendan Foster won bronze, I think, in 10 or 5,000.
Yeah.
Mary Peters won the pentathlon. What was that name again?
Talia Shire.
Talia Shire.
She was Adrian and Rocky, but she was Sonny's sister. So you can also have James Caan.
Yeah,
the fellow who played Fredo, the guy who died of cancer. What was his name?
He was in every film he was in, won an Oscar. Oh, John
Cazale.
Cassavetes?
Cazale. Is it Cazale or Cassavetes? I think it's John Cazale.
10 seconds left.
OK. John Cazale, we'll go for that. We'll go for the 2 actors, and we'll go for Brendan Foster.
OK, let's just... there we are. Last couple of seconds running out there. You've got your answers. Let's have them.
From The Godfather, Talia Shire.
Talia Shire.
And John Cazale.
And John Cazale. David?
And for the Olympics, Brendan Foster.
Brendan Foster. Of those 3, which is your best shot at a pointless answer, do you think?
Talia Shire.
Talia Shire,
OK,
maybe.
Talia Shire. Least likely to be pointless?
Brendan Foster.
Brendan Foster. And then...
John Cazale.
OK, well, let's put those answers up on the board in that order then, and here they are. We have got Brendan Foster, John Cazale, and Talia Shire. 3 good answers on the board there. Let's hope one of those turns out to be pointless and wins that jackpot for you. £1,000. Nice thing to be taking back with you. What would you like to do with that, David?
Well, I'm married 20 years next year, so the plan is to have a big party.
Lovely.
And the family do like a little drink, so we'll put that behind the bar, I think.
Very nice. How long do you think that'll last?
Till about 8:30.
OK, pretty good. Graham, how about you?
I'd like to go hiking abroad, possibly South America, maybe Chile, Peru, somewhere like that.
Lovely. OK, well, very, very best of luck. Let's hope one of these answers wins you that jackpot. Your first answer was Brendan Foster. In this case, we were looking for any GB medalist from the 1972 Summer Olympics. If Brendan Foster is pointless, you leave with £1,000. How many people said Brendan Foster? Ah.
76.
Right, OK. I think you've worked out what happened there. Let's move swiftly on to your next answer, John Cazale. In the next 2 cases, we are looking for any cast member from The Godfather, which came out in 1972. If John Cazale is pointless, you leave here with £1,000. Let's find out how many people said John Cazale. It's right. which I'm afraid the same can't be said for Brendan Foster. Down we go with John Cazale, into single figure, still going down with John Cazale, still going down. Down we go to 2. Very well done indeed. That's a great answer. OK, swiftly we will move on to your third and final answer, Talia Shire. Again, we're looking for cast members of The Godfather. If Talia Shire is pointless, you leave here with our jackpot of £1,000. Very best of luck. Let's find out how many people said Talia Shire. Again, it's right. Brendan Foster was incorrect, your first answer. Your second answer was John Cazale. Took us all the way down to 2. Talia Shire now takes us down into single figure. Still going down. Down we go with Talia Shire. Now, oh, 1! Oh, bad luck. Oh, that was cruel.
Close, but
Oh, 2 excellent answers there, though, by the way. I'm afraid that you didn't manage to find that all-important pointless answer, so I'm afraid you don't win today's jackpot, but you do get to take home a pointless trophy. It's each very well done. You know, you can keep that in honour of a fantastic performance right across the show.
I mean, how close was that? A terrific performance throughout as well. It's very, very unlucky. Nice category for you as well. Fortunately, you didn't give any pointless answers during your 60 seconds. Sometimes that happens when we've got low scorers like that, but I'll take you through the pointless answers. You'll recognise some, but hopefully nothing too crazy. Cast of The Godfather. The top one, a few people might have got Al Martino, who plays Johnny Fontaine, the first UK #1 single as well, Al Martino. Morgana King plays Marlon Brando's wife in that movie. Richard Castellano, Sterling Hayden as well as a pointless answer there. The biggest scorer there was, of course, Brando, then Pacino. James Caan would have scored you 12. You talked a bit about James Caan. Now, GB medalists at the 72 Olympics. Alan Minter won boxing bronze in 72. Alan Pascoe was part of the 4x400 metre relay team who won a silver. Brian Jacks won judo bronze, became much, much more famous later in the 70s and 80s in Superstars. He was a huge star in that. Ian Stewart as well. Brendan Foster got his bronze in 1976. Now, those acts that had UK #1 single or album, worth a guess with some of these. It's pretty tough, 72, though, to think who was around. Linda's Farm was a pointless answer. Neil Reid, he was the young Scottish kid who won Opportunity Knocks, had a #1 album. Neil Young, Paul Simon, a pointless answer. The other pointless answer was the Pipes and Drums and Military Band of the Royal Scots Dragoon Guards. Nice. That would have been, imagine if you'd given us that and won the money. Very well done if you got any of those answers at home.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard, and thank you, David and Graham. I'm so sorry you didn't win our jackpot today, and you came that close. That will therefore roll over onto the next show when we will be playing for £2,000. Join us then, see if someone can win it. Meanwhile, it's goodbye from Richard.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.